Hello, I'm Tim Durham with Durham's Bee Farm. Right below the video, you will see a red triangle box says subscribe. If you subscribe, we will send you an email every time we make a new video. If you have a subject that you would like for me to make a video on, send me a message. Just a quick note here. It's a wonder that I can navigate on YouTube, but up at the top right hand corner of YouTube is a little bell, and yesterday, I don't know if YouTube has got it messed up, but the bottom line is I try to reply to every question, and I use that little bell to do that, but they messed it up. I don't know, but I think I figured out another way to do it. On our last video, we talked about having feeders on the top of your hive and drilling holes in the plywood. One viewer asked about this tool, and I believe the correct way to the correct name of it. This fits onto your hand drill, and you can buy a different size. A keyhole cut in 3/4 inches is correct. 2 7/8, I believe the lid will fall through the hole. This illustrates the jar, and this is the small mason lid. And when you drill that hole in the plywood correctly, all of you know there's a ridge here. On the bottom of the lid, there's a ridge that sticks out, and if you drill that hole correctly, then this jar will fit down that hole, and the ridge there will catch it, and that gives the bees room enough where they can crawl under it and suck the syrup out, but yet it's close enough and not too far away. Now, if you have a Coca-Cola bottling plant in your area, I don't know if they still do or not, but they used to get their concentrated syrup in a gallon jar, and this lid right here fitted. And the jar is tall and narrow. The diameter of it is small enough where it would fit on a front entrance. It's amazing. Now, there's nothing wrong with the front entrance, but this spring, please be careful. Don't drip any syrup around to get robbing started. Now, these feeders, if you use that plywood on top, like I described in my last video, you do want to put a brood box covered up with a brood box, and then on top of that, of course. You don't want the sun hitting these jars, because it will cause, if they're cool, it will cause that jar to lose vacuum, and then the syrup will run out on the bees, and you do not want that. The same thing is true with the front entrance. Do not let the jar get down low. You have to refill it before it gets down low, because the next day, if the sun hits it and warms it up, it'll lose vacuum. The sugar syrup will run out of the jar and run on the ground and possibly get robbing started. Now, concerning excluders, someone asked me, should they use excluders, Queen Excluders? All beekeepers ask that question. There's some things that everybody agrees on in beekeeping, and there's a lot of things that everybody has a different opinion. Commercial beekeepers do things a lot different than a hobby beekeeper. There's many things that they do different, okay? If you are going for comb honey, that is, you're trying to produce comb honey, you've got a super with thin comb honey foundation. The foundation is thin, it does not have wiring, so you're trying to produce comb honey. Then you have to use a Queen Excluder. If you don't, a good queen, she will go up there and lay in those supers. Now, if you're going to extract your honey, and that's what most people do, then do not use a Queen Excluder. And a good queen will go up there and lay some in the supers, but that's no problem, because by the time she'll lay up there some, and then chances are she'll go back down into the brood chamber, and when that brood, those first eggs, they emerge out of that super, then they'll turn around and fill that full of honey. So it doesn't hurt you. But if you're doing comb honey, you have to use excluders. It does cut down on your honey production. And every year is different. Every colony is different. You could have a colony that maybe didn't make any honey, and you blame it on the excluder. That may not be the problem at all. I have had colonies produce a lot of honey with excluders on them. And so there's many. Timing is everything. A good queen, mite control, and I need to do a video on mite control. Mite control, a good queen, and then there's a lot of factors that you don't have any control over. The timing of the queen and the weather and so forth. I went and bought a gun permit the other day and went to Bass Pro to get me 9mm for home protection. And I went up to the counter to pay for it, and the lady said, strip down. And I thought, my goodness. And so I dropped my drawers, not my drawers, I dropped my breeches. And she said, no, the strip on your credit card, it goes down. And I told her, I said, look, you have to be more complete with the instructions for senior citizens. So, all right. Y'all have a good day.